Welcome to Lwazie'sSpace, where we keep everything real and authentic as possible. I'm just 2 minutes away from dozing off, guys. I was just sorting my hair out and then ready for nap time. Before nap time, I just have something on my mind, and I actually thought it would be useful, to share. So, guys, I just want to talk about friends, our friends, our so-called besties. Guys, I'm not in beefs with anybody. I just want to alert you. I just need you to be more careful of the type of friendship you have, and be more forgiving to yourself. Guys, I'm going to share just a 2 minute Nyana story, right? Here is a friend of mine. I am telling my friend that, hey girl, you know, the way I love to cook, I've been thinking, Wuti, let me just have let me just start my own like takeaway type of situation. And with this, it is going to help me to then grow my talent, or venture into something bigger with this. And then your friend would be like, that's a great idea. I actually appreciate you for doing that. Oh my gosh, girl, you go and do your thing. Then you tell her, ish, but the problem is the start of capital. I just have to wait for like a month or so in order for me to accumulate enough money to do that shop. So you and your friend are all in this. You guys understand each other. She wishes you well, she gives you well wishes, and then it's all sorted, right? Quickly, friend goes to open the very same thing, right? Within the very same time, or space of like when you've just recently told someone and then they go and do the very same thing, and that person is your friend. Now I want to talk about how you react to it. Guys, I've had a similar situation that had happened to me, but you know what, I was really okay with it after, I think, a week or so. Let me tell you the reason why. At first, I was like, oh my gosh, I just shared 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to say it exactly because, guys, I don't want to have bad vibes, okay? I don't want to throw bad vibes out there. But, it went on and on, guys, that okay, the person runs and does it, and while they are doing that, they are doing a miserable job, because when you went in detail as to how exactly you are going to do, but the way they were asking as if they are so intrigued to what the heck are you going to do, how are you going to go about doing it, okay, and then what are you going to do if this and this happens. Here you are, when going on and on and on. And then I caught up with, you know what, let me just not give away that much. Time went by. After time went by, guys, the person does the very same thing. Whatever strategy I had said, the person runs and does it. Exactly. I'm not trying, guys, I'm not trying to be crazy. Like, exactly, when I say exactly to the T. And then time goes on. Now, when a person does that and you are someone that has to go back to them and then speak to them, because you love bosoms, right? So I'm like, okay, how, knowing the type that I am, I'm one person who will hate confrontations. I do not confront you up until it has reached me here, because it does, and then I feel like I'm suffocating, and then I'll have to burst it out and say it. So I tried to compress my feelings so much, because I was really hurt with it. How can I come and then tell you? But then again, in my head, I was just trying to justify what they have done by telling myself, it's okay, you didn't have this much capital at the end of the day. If a person does seize an opportunity, and it's your fault to come and blab about something you haven't done, right? So it goes on. And then I say, because I am not coping if I'm going to see them. I cannot be in a space where I'd have to fake how I am feeling and fake me chilling and speaking to them and congratulating. I know, guys, it's gonna sound like I'm such a jealous person, but there is nothing more sickening, that feeling of wanting to just scream when you see someone doing exactly what you've done. It's like, I have given you notes for free, I've given you instructions, and I've given you a recipe. Then you go and do it, and not even spice it up again, change it, yeah, no, but you do exactly, when I say exactly, the very same thing that I had said I wanted to do, and then you flop at the end of the day. After flopping, which got me so annoyed, guys, it didn't last even for like 3 weeks. After the person had flopped, they then came back and said, you know, I started this, and then, because what I had done was I distanced myself a bit because I couldn't cope with me trying to compress the feelings and smile at their face. It was such a horrible feeling. So I was like, okay, let me let you do your thing. Instead of me coming and saying, oh, congratulations, and squinting, I didn't want to do that. So I was like, you know what, friend, I'm so happy over the phone. I knew I could pull all the faces over the phone and be like, congrats, girl. Like, and then I just kept it moving. I didn't want to spend my time because then I was going to grow a, I was going to start hating, and that's not what I wanted. I knew damn well, if I had to do the very same thing at that time, I would do a great job, because at the end of the day, it was my idea and I had the passion for it. It was not me having money at that time and just jumping to the like jumping for the opportunity that someone has like a passion for. So I was like, okay, cool, sharp. Ignored the person. Time went by. They came back and they told me, okay, friend, you know, like, I have a problem with 1, 2, and 3, and this thing just didn't what. Here I am. I'm at a place. I'm at a place where I'm supposed to provide advice. I'm supposed to give advice to the person, the so-called friend, which I don't know how to even start, because we haven't addressed the fact that when you went behind my back and done exactly what I had said. It would have been nice if you had said, you know what, I like this idea, friend. Can I then do it somewhere? But you don't owe me explanation at the end of the day. If it's your money to start something, yeah, you can do it, right? But as a friend, I still have that question mark, but when I, so they can't make it, and then I'm like, Shem, I'm sorry, you know what, me being this person that I am, trying to avoid conflict. Hey guys, you know when you are that person that you also hate sometimes and you like, fuck, this is not how you were supposed to like respond. So I'm like, Shem, sorry, like, better luck next time. So what are you thinking of doing? She's like, I'm thinking of shutting this whole thing down because it is not working out for me. You know, I thought this was going to work. But you know what? Since you mentioned the other time that you are also interested, so the tables had turned very quickly. It was now me coming with this idea that she already had in mind, type of situation. And I'm like, we know damn well that it's not how it is, but hey, I'm just gonna play with along with it because I don't want to waste my energy trying to prove what. Being sarcastic as I am, I'm like, yeah, sure. So she's like, oh, so this is what it is, friend. I'm just thinking, how about we try and do it and then approach your way and see how it goes. And if it works, Sikege, we can actually split. It'll be a 50-50 type of thing. In my mind, I'm like, bitch, like, really? So tell her, no, I will not be able to, since I told you I do not have money. Meantime, I had the money, but the fact that she did that at the beginning, so I was like, I'm not going to associate myself with you or anything that has to do with money, because I've seen the snake that you are. So I'm like, psh, okay, it's fine. It goes on and on. She then quits the whole thing. You know, I do regret the fact that I didn't want to actually do it and continue, because at that time I think I was immature myself. I felt like if I then start doing that, it's gonna be like I'm now copying her, and it was my, you know, I just always say I wish I did not listen to that voice of mine, because it was my idea at I mean at the beginning. So my battery dies as I was telling the story. I'm gonna be quick, guys. I'm going low on battery. So okay, after we spoke, I made it clear that okay, I did not have money. Meanwhile, I had the money, but I just didn't want anything to associate with them. And you know what? I had to just kill them with kindness. As much as I was beating myself up for that, because I felt like, you know what, my kindness is sometimes, you know what, you need to kick your kindness out the window and confront someone. But then I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. You can't fight with the devil and use his weapons. That's just you stooping low foot. So I was like, as in, it's fine, girl, I don't have the amount that is needed, and guess what, better luck next time. You can just try and continue. I was just playing the card of being that friend. Meanwhile, I knew I was fake as hell. And I honestly, a, a part of me was like, okay, what, you got what you deserve, like karma. But then I was like, as in, let her do her. But I think she saw from that time, Guti, I honestly drastically distanced myself from that friend of mine. No harsh words were exchanged between us. So I'm just trying to help you. If you know you have friends that either speak bad about you in your absence, either say things in, like, what can I say? Someone who doesn't speak highly of you when you in your absence, that's not a friend. Someone who decides to pick something just because when, excuse me, you've decided to buy it. Guys, I'm not saying it's wrong to buy whatever your friend bought. It is such a beautiful thing to be inspired by what your friend has. But I'm talking about running after something you don't have passion of just because when you feel like the next person will be a few steps ahead of you. That's not your friend. That's someone who wants to be your competitor, and guess what, they want you to be here near. I mean, I don't believe in competition. I believe in people's lanes, and I respect different lanes. We are different for a reason. But yeah, if someone then starts just because they want to milk some sort of information for them to go use, that person came clearly for a competition, and not just a competition. It means there's something that they see in you which you do not see in within yourself, that Bebon Guti, I can definitely thrive by using this person to go and meet my goal or whatnot. So yeah, before I sleep, I just wanted to talk and say, you know what, guys, let's just try to not shy away of, let's not be afraid of distancing ourselves. If you know what your friend has toxic traits, guys, cut them off. At the end of the day, we are so grown to be needy of friends. I know you can't survive alone in this world, come on, that I know. But to be needy of friends and to want to suppress your feelings and be miserable for the next person that doesn't give a grain about you, it is totally toxic, and it does not give you peace at all. That's what you should know. You do not get peace, my lovies. So nje, try. If it means you divorce the whole group, do that for your own peace sake. If you know your group does make you stuff, it does make you do stuff that you are not keen with, it is good for you to just leave that group. You know, when you're alone, guys, trust me, when you've mastered what you can live alone and you can entertain yourself, there's nothing peaceful as being alone. And even the silent, you know, that small voice, it gets even louder. You are able to observe and see so many things. Even when you get out there, the way you become so observant because you are used to being quiet and think before you say stuff. Yes, you can easily spot people's toxic traits from a mile, from a distance, because you know that this doesn't sit well with me. You know yourself, you spent time with yourself that much that you know those are my toxic traits that I do not like. Let's not be afraid. You can definitely lose your friends. Unless again your friend is your business partner, that's a different story. If your business is based on friendship, then I don't know. But what I'm saying is, do not be afraid to lose your friend. And I don't even want to talk about those one-sided friendships. Guys, you know, if someone does not put food in your table and does not contribute to your happiness, it is very easy to distance yourself from them. Do that. If they don't give you inner peace is very important. If they do not give you inner peace, please do shy away. I'm not one person who's very good at confronting someone and saying, hey, you, I'm no more your friend. I am not going to hang out with you 1, 2, and 3 because of 1, 2, 3. Nah, I'm not good with that. But all I do is my actions. If you are one person who does not notice, then it's a sad situation. My actions speak way louder than my words. I will block you. I'm a silent, what can I say? My shade is very silent yet very loud. The way I will, guys, I will not be MIA. I'm not going to be that person who you're going to call, why aren't you hanging out anymore? And I'm going to be like, no, I've been busy. It's not going to be that. It's going to be me blocking you, Nje. I'm going to block you. I'm going to avoid being in your circles. If I know, I will have to constantly explain myself. I'll apologize to the people that I should apologize to for not being like there. If, for example, let's just say it's a function where we normally hang, I'll apologize to the person who had sent invite and excuse myself, give them a very a valid reason, make them feel happy about themselves, and make sure I don't show up until you see, you will say, I want to this girl. And guess what? When we do meet, I am going to smile and wave like nothing happened, because nothing happened. You don't have anything tangible, but you do see what, oh, girl has cut that cord, and it's quite clear that I have. That's what you should start learning to do. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody, but you have to simply be quiet, smile and wave, and just cut the cord. That's what it is. We are growing up. We are facing so many challenges, guys. We don't need to be carrying a baggage that you can easily throw and dispose just like that. We don't need to have like a baggage. Some of you, the people, guys, my friends that are here, they're married, they're going through stuff. Some have kids, they're going through stuff. Some are working like they're working miserable jobs where they have to be miserable all day long. And then you tell me ukuthi you have to find the inner strength for you weekend to go meet that one toxic friend that you know deep down they don't like you, but you pretend, you play pretense, because I don't know why you keep holding on to that hopeless thread. Aye, guys, let's throw the toxic friends away and let's live. Let's be happy with ourselves. There's no need to live in misery. A friend is something you can like escape from, like throw away and move on with life. Let's not hold on to someone just because they were your childhood. What. You don't owe them anything, lovies. It's simply you leaving that friend of yours. If it's a big group and you're afraid to be alone, try to distance yourself, kahle, first. See how you cope alone. If you cannot really cope and your friend is someone understanding, you can try it out and go explain yourself and explain your feelings, which I do well know, Buti, the next person wouldn't really care about how you feel more than you, and your happiness matters. Try being best friends with your partner, with family, with whoever. Just try and see, or with yourself. There's nothing more peaceful than being alone, but being happy, than being with a bunch of people that make you feel this little. Doesn't help at all. Adds wrinkles, by the way. So yeah, thank you so much, lovies. The reason why I'm sharing this is because I really do care, and I want to make sure that we are okay, man. We good. We are happy. We removed you. I'm a waste no ma. We remove. When I say we remove. We stay happy. If you find what's in the air, but my gut feeling is telling me this friend of mine, don't even waste your time and wait till they prove that feeling. Why? Just leave. Leave, guys, leave. Minimize as much stress in your life as possible. Learn to do that. If your friend is toxic, and you know these friends these friends that would come and tell you stuff that they know will break you, that maybe was said about you, or 1, 2, and 3, guys, someone who has your best interest at heart tries their best to make sure they contribute positively in your life. Someone who tries and acts good and portray this good image and bring information that will shut you down, that's not your friend. Let's learn that. Just because they come and tell you all these toxic things that so and so had said, lalela, people will never, most people, especially about are cowards, guys. We will never have a thorough conversation about someone in a present friend woman, a friend, a die-hard friend. We will avoid low friend and speak about you on the side, not in your friend's present, because we will know whatever we have just said will get to them. Not even that getting to them, they will retaliate on your behalf. That's a friend. They will not engage in such activities. Having a friend who will have a whole discussion and come back to tell you, so friend, this is what are they expecting you to feel? Why are they sharing that information? A friend will not even share. I'm not saying, guys, let's start evaluate and be really let's have people walk on eggshells, but I'm just saying, let's monitor simple traits. These things does affect us, guys. Esteem wise, self-esteem, it does mess with you when you have your bosoms, your buddies that you know, I mean, these are my diehard, you know, to have them turn their back on you, it's such a it's a sad feeling. It makes you feel a certain way. It's you know, it just has that damp in you. So guys, I mean, at the end, let's leave toxic friends. Let's just move on with life. Let's find other people. If not, let's be happy with ourselves. You can be definitely happy, especially these days. There are so many things you can do to occupy spare time sakho, especially if you are, like, for example, a mom. The first thing you need to try is be a best friend to your kid. You'll be so surprised with how kids actually observe. I don't want to go into it, but I just want to throw a 2 cent. Me, I knew when my mom's friends were doing her wrong. I knew when my mom wouldn't feel a certain way. It's things that we kids do observe. So, like, build a relationship with your kid. If not your kid, build a relationship with your family members. Leave friends that will give you a hard time. This is just an example. I'm not saying she's going through that, but I'm just making an example to, you know what, toxicity is a bad thing. And friends that don't wish good for you, they sometimes don't have to say it verbatim. I do not wish good for you. There are so many signs. There are so many that you see but choose to ignore. Because why? You just want to hold the friend title, the friendship title, which is crazy and stupid. We're growing. Let's just cut those friends and be happy alone. You don't have to have a fight, throw fists, or exchange harsh words in order for the friendship to break up. Move away nicely. Smile and wave. Go. Start another friendship. Good night, guys. I love you. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Bye.